So be the villain. Be the nightmare that keeps them awake at night. Be the chaos they can't control. Because no matter how much they preach about good and evil, there's only one truth: the strong survive and the weak serve. Which one are you? They'll tell you power corrupts. Another lie: power doesn't corrupt. It reveals. It strips away the mask and shows you what someone truly is. The ones who claim to be righteous, to be selfless. Watch what happens when they get a taste of real power. They become worse than the monsters they claim to hate. But not you. You've already seen the truth. You've already stepped into the dark and realized it's not the enemy. The dark doesn't lie to you. The dark doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It embraces you. It gives you strength. They'll beg you to stay in your place, to be small, to be quiet. They'll tell you to play nice, to be humble, to wait your turn. But what happens when you stop waiting? What happens when you refuse to be ignored? That's when they panic. That's when they see you for what you really are. Unstoppable. You don't owe them kindness. You don't owe them mercy. If they wanted kindness, they shouldn't have made you suffer. If they wanted mercy, they shouldn't have made you bleed. They made you this way, and now they have the audacity to be afraid. Good. Let them be afraid. Let them see what happens when you stop being their pawn. Let them watch as you burn down everything they built to keep you caged. Because in the end, there are two kinds of people: those who follow and those who lead. Those who kneel and those who rise. And trust me, they are terrified of the ones who rise. So rise, take, own, rule. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dreams. It's up to you. And if you have to become the villain to get what's yours, then so be it. The world doesn't need more heroes. It needs more monsters who aren't afraid to take what they deserve. And that, my friends, is the only truth that matters. Life is a cruel joke, isn't it? A masterpiece of pain painted on a canvas of lies, and every brushstroke is another betrayal. Oh, I've seen it all. The false promises, the hollow smiles, the way they look at you when they think you're not looking. They take and take and there's nothing left of you, and then they blame you for being empty. They call it survival, but what they really mean is destruction, and they'll burn anyone who stands in their way. You think I'm the villain? Oh no, I'm just the one who stopped pretending. They created me, molded me out of their greed and their cruelty, and now they're afraid of what they've unleashed. But fear is good. It means they're paying attention. They always talked about justice, about balance, but what they meant was control. Well, I've tipped the scales, and now they can't stand the weight of their own sins pressing down on them. They'll call me a monster, but monsters aren't born. They're made, and this world is a factory of nightmares. Every scar I carry is a reminder of what they did, every wound a lesson I've learned the hard way. And now, I'm the teacher. Oh, they'll beg, they'll plead, they'll promise to change, but it's too late for that. Change is a luxury they squandered long ago. Now, all that's left is reckoning. You see, the world doesn't care about intentions. It only cares about outcomes, and my outcome is inevitable. I've watched their towers crumble, their empires fall, and yet they still cling to their illusions of power. But power is an illusion, a fleeting shadow that vanishes the moment the light shines on it. And I am the light, harsh and unforgiving, exposing every crack, every flaw, every lie. They can't hide from me, no matter how deep they burrow, no matter how high they climb. I've crawled through the dirt, through the filth, through the ashes of their perfect world, and I've come out stronger. They thought they could break me, but all they did was sharpen me, refine me into the weapon I've become. Oh, they'll regret it, every single one of them, but regret is useless when the end is already written. They'll cry for mercy, but mercy is a language I no longer understand. It was beaten out of me, ripped from my soul piece by piece, until there was nothing left but the cold, hard truth. And that truth is simple: no one is innocent. We all play our part in this grand tragedy, but some of us are just more honest about it. I didn't choose this path, it chose me, dragged me kicking and screaming into the darkness until I realized the darkness was where I belonged. They'll never understand that, never see the beauty in the chaos, the symmetry in the destruction. They'll call it madness, but madness is just another word for freedom. And I am free in a way they will never be. They're still shackled by their lies, by their rules, by their fear of what happens when the mask comes off. But I've ripped mine off and burned it, and now they're the ones who can't stand to look. Oh, they'll try to fight, to resist, to hold onto what little they have left, but it's already slipping through their fingers. Their world is crumbling, and I am the earthquake, the storm, the fire that burns it all down. And when it's gone, when there's nothing left but ashes and silence, I will finally be at peace. Not because I've won, but because I've made them lose. This isn't about victory. It's about justice, about balance, about giving back what they've taken. And if that makes me the villain, so be it. At least I'm honest about what I am. They tell you to follow the rules, to play nice, to smile when you're broken, to say thank you. When they hand you crumbs, they teach you to kneel before you even know how to walk. And you listen, you obey, because that's what they want. A world of well-trained pets wagging their tails, waiting for permission to exist. But tell me, do lions ask for permission? Do storms apologize for destruction? No doesn't beg. Power doesn't wait. Power takes. And yet, they tell you power is dangerous, that wanting more makes you greedy, that fighting back makes you cruel. But that's a funny little lie, isn't it? Because the ones telling you to be good are the same ones who hold all the power, the same ones who take and take and take, while you sit there, empty-handed, whispering prayers to gods that don't listen. Wake up. There is no savior. There is no mercy. There is only what you make for yourself. They will call you selfish. They will call you a monster. Let them. They only call you dangerous when they realize you won't be their puppet anymore. Because the moment you stop asking for permission, the moment you stop waiting, they fear you. And fear is the only currency that truly matters. Do you think the world plays fair? Do you think justice is real? No. Justice is a story told by the winners. The strong write the rules, and the weak follow them. That's how it has always been. You were not made to bow. You were not made to kneel. You were born with fire in your veins, with chairs in your soul, with a hunger they could never understand. And yet they told you to tame it, to silence it, to smother it beneath guilt and shame. And you almost did. But tell me, where did obedience ever get you? Did it make you happy? Did it make you whole? Or did it just make you another face in the crowd, another number, another pawn in someone else's game? Because that's all you ever were to them, a piece to be played, a tool to be used, until you weren't useful anymore. But not anymore. Not you. Not today. You remember what you are. Today, you remember that the fire inside you was never meant to be tamed. Today, you stop being the victim and start being the threat. Let them call you wicked. Let them call you cruel. Because kindness never won a war. Because mercy never stopped a bullet. Because the ones who survive are the ones who dare to fight. And you are done hiding. You are done waiting. You are done bleeding for people who would never do the same for you. The world is not given, it is taken. So take it. And if they call you a villain, then so be it. Because in the end, the only difference between a villain and a hero is who's telling the story. Oh, You want me to talk like him. All right, let's peel back the veneer of sanity and dance in the madness for a while. You see, life isn't about the rules they shove down your throat. It's about the chaos they try so hard to hide. You think you're playing by the rules, but the rules are a joke, sweetheart. They're a smokescreen to keep you in line, to keep you docile, to keep you from realizing that you're just one bad day away from being me. You want motivation. Fine, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a world where everyone's wearing masks, pretending to be good, pretending to care, pretending to be sane. But deep down, they're all just animals, clawing at each other for scraps. And you're no different. You're just better at hiding it. But why hide? Why not let it all out? Why not show them the monster they've created? You think you're the hero of your story. Newsflash, there are no heroes. There are no villains. There's only power and those too weak to take it. You want to win? Then stop playing their game. Burn it all down. Laugh while you do it. Because in the end, it's not about right or wrong. It's about who's left standing. And trust me, darling, when the dust settles, it's going to be you. Not because you're good, not because you're evil, but because you're willing to do what they won't. You're willing to embrace the madness. So go ahead, take the leap. And when you're falling, don't scream. Smile, because that's when you'll realize that the joke's on them. And you're the punchline. So tell me, why cling to the light when it's never done you any favors? Why keep playing a game you know is rigged against you? Step into the shadows. Let go of the lies, the illusions, the fake morality they've shoved down your throat. The world doesn't care if you're good or bad. It only cares if you're strong. And strength isn't pretty. It's not clean or noble. It's messy, violent, ruthless. But it's real. It's the only thing that's real. The only thing that matters. They'll call you a monster for it. They'll whisper your name in fear, paint you as the villain in their little stories. Let them. Villains are the ones who shape the world, who change it, who make it theirs. Heroes just clean up the mess and pretend they've won. But winning is for the fearless, for the ones who don't care about approval, about redemption, about playing nice. Winning is for the ones who do what needs to be done, who take what they want, who laugh in the face of a world that told them they'd never amount to anything. So stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop hoping for a happy ending. There's no rescue, no redemption, no justice. There's just you and the choices you make. The only question is, how far are you willing to go? How much are you willing to lose to finally win? The light, it's not your friend, it's a trap, a prison. The darkness, though, it's freedom, it's power, it's truth. And once you embrace it, you'll see the world for what it really is, not good, not evil, just chaos. Beautiful, endless chaos. And in that chaos, you'll find yourself. The real you, the one who doesn't care about the rules, who doesn't need permission to exist. So laugh, scream, break the chains. Let the world see you for what you are. Not a hero, not a villain, but something far more dangerous. Someone who understands that the only way to win is to stop pretending the game was ever fair. The world isn't yours to fix. It's yours to take. That's the secret. You see, the one they don't want you to know. The light is weak, the darkness is strong. And you're stronger than you think. If only you'd stop fighting it. If only you'd let it in. Then, and only then, will you understand. The joke's always been on them. Now it's your turn to laugh. Oh, you're still here. Good. That means you're listening. That means you feel it now. The truth crawling under your skin, whispering in your ear. You've spent your whole life being told what to do, to be, how to act, and for what? For their approval, for their acceptance. for a life that never felt like yours. Look at them, the ones who smiled while they held you down, the ones who made you doubt yourself, the ones who fed you lies wrapped in kindness, who convinced you that being good meant being quiet, being patient, being weak. They never wanted you to rise. They never wanted you to see past the illusion. Because the moment you did, you became a threat. And now you're dangerous. Now you see them for what they are. Now you understand that every rule they made was meant to keep you in your place. That every lesson they taught was meant to break your spirit. That every time they told you to wait, to behave, to be grateful for the scraps they threw your way, they were really telling you to stay small. But you were never small, were you? You just forgot. You let them clip your wings. You let them shape you into something safe, something they could control. But not anymore. The fire is back, the hunger, the rage, the voice inside that never really left, the one that always told you. You were meant for more. So take it. Take what's yours. Without apology, without guilt, without looking back. Let them watch. Let them tremble. Let them see what happens when thing they tried to bury refuses to die. They will hate you for it. Of course they will. They will call you cruel, call you selfish, call you a monster. But monsters don't beg. Monsters don't wait. Monsters don't sit quietly and let the world walk all over them. You have a choice. Stay the way they made you. Tame, obedient, waiting for permission to live. Or break free. Tear through the lies. Become what you were always meant to be. And when they ask what happened to you, when they wonder why you stopped playing their game, why you stopped caring what they think, explain. Don't justify, just smile. Because they never really wanted you to be good. They just wanted you to be weak. Justice is not soft. It's not forgiving. Justice doesn't bend to tears or pleading or excuses. It's cold. It's absolute. And it's coming for them. Whether they want to face it or not. They'll try to run, of course. They'll try to hide behind their lies, their money, their empty promises. But I know where they live. I know their secrets. I know the truth they've tried so desperately to bury under layers of deceit. And I'll unearth it. I'll drag it into the light, kicking and screaming, so everyone can see them for what they erring frauds, cowards, destroyers in fine suits and polished smiles. They'll cry foul. They'll say I've gone too far, that I'm no better than them. But they don't get to decide that. They don't get to judge me. Not after everything they've done. Their judgment is worthless, their words hollow. The only thing that matters now is action. The only thing that matters is the reckoning they've tried so hard to avoid. And I will bring it to their doorstep. Oh, they'll fight. They always fight when their power is threatened. But it's pointless. They don't have the strength for this kind of battle. They've grown soft, hiding behind others to do their dirty work, letting their wealth shield them from the real world. They don't know what it means to struggle, to bleed, to crawl through the dirt just to survive. But I do. And that's why they'll lose. I've fought harder battles than this. I've faced worse enemies than them. They think they're untouchable, but they're just flesh and blood like anyone else. And flesh bleeds. Bones break. Fear overtakes even the strongest when the right pressure is applied. And I know exactly where to press. They'll call me relentless, but they don't understand what that word means. Relentless isn't just refusing to give up. It's refusing to stop until the job is done, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. And I've already paid the highest price. I've lost everything that ever mattered to me. What more can they take? Nothing. And that's what makes me unstoppable. Oh, they'll call me heartless, but my heart beats louder than ever. It beats with the rage of every injustice they've committed, every life they've ruined, every lie they've told. It beats with purpose, with fire, with the kind of determination they can't even fathom. They'll say I've lost my soul, but my soul was never theirs to take. It belongs to the fire now.